this is Chris Keller with museGrid.com. We're going to take a look at the image placeholder widget that comes free with the museGrid Spring Pack, and we're going to see how we can use that. Now we're starting off with a blank site here, so there's nothing really to see here, so we're going to just imagine that we're starting to build a site here, and we're going to lay some content down onto the page. So this image placeholder widget, we can see it here in our Spring Pack. We drag that onto the page, and first of all it will render an image on the page. Now this uses a service called Lorem Image, and that's built into the widget. Looking at our settings here, we have this image category, and we can choose from different categories here to generate these images. Now these images are not to be used in production, but help us kind of create the feel of the site prior to having our imagery. So if we don't have all of our images ready but we want to start building, we can use this as an image placeholder. By dragging the widget, the dimensions will change and the image will render into the page as well. So we have different categories here, and we also have different images within that category. So we have 10 images per category, so we can start laying out images onto the page here before we have our actual production assets ready. We can switch to a grey version if we want to, and we can also switch wireframing on instead. And when we switch the wireframing on, let's just move this down. You can see with wireframing switched on, what happens here is we don't have an image, but it gives us the dimensions of the image, so that we can use that for our dimensions when we're in Photoshop and we're building our images. The other thing that we can do here is we can switch these off, and we can switch to hot linking mode. Now this may be because you have some comp images from, say, Shutterstock that you would like to use. You haven't purchased them yet, but you want to see what they look like in the page. Well, we can do that very easily. Let's switch the placeholder image off and switch hot linking on. Once hot linking is switched on, we can then put the URL to the image in this field here, and it will render. Now the comp images are low resolution, so this will get pixelated the more you drag it out. And also you will see this here, which gives you the image reference number, which is really useful actually if you're designing and then handing this design off to somebody that's going to go and purchase the images. You can catalog all of the images here. It's very easy to use as well to grab that hot linking image. If we go over to Shutterstock, for example, here, and let's take a look at photos. Let's grab one of these photos. Let's say this one here. So we want to test this as a comp image. Now obviously you do not want to use these for production. That would breach the licensing laws here, so you would need to purchase these. But when you're actually designing these, it's fine to use these images just for comping out when you're working on them locally, and they do offer some good deals. You could use any image library you want. So on this image here, I'm going to right click, and I'm going to do copy image address here. Then I'm going to go back into my widget, click on my widget settings here, go into the URL area, paste that hot linked image in there, and then that will render out. And again, we can drag those images to different dimensions, and they will automatically render at that new size. So that's a really useful widget. If you get stuck when you're using this widget and you want to watch this video again, just click on the help and tutorials, and that will open straight up onto our help and tutorials page, where you can get access to all of the other videos within this series as well. So hope you enjoy using that widget. Thanks for watching.